Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with our sign-specific weekly astrological tarot reading. This is for the week of September 3rd through September 9th, and this reading is for Libra. Okay, so really quickly, I want to just go over the two pieces of astrology that I'm focusing on this week and for this tarot reading. And those are that first, the retrograde that has been happening with Venus in Leo comes to an end, or at least starts changing direction, this Sunday once Venus stations direct. So Venus will start moving forward, and so will we. And we will be moving towards a beautiful, essential, necessary, really effective Cazimi in Virgo. This is a Mercury Cazimi. The Sun and Mercury are coming together, and the Sun is going to shine a big, bright spotlight onto all that Mercury retrograde has been doing for you, what it's meant for you, and it's also going to be helping us take a moment to really figure things out. It's a really beautiful time, and I'm very, very excited. So, with that in mind, with both of those pieces of astrology in mind, I chose a specific tarot reading. And so as I begin my shuffle, I'm thinking about the intention that I set for you this week, which is illuminating the unconscious. I chose illuminating the unconscious because while I feel like this Venus retrograde period has been about your social groups, I think that this Mercury retrograde period has probably been about kind of forcing you to deal with your intuition and kind of what is hidden from view, maybe even hidden from you. But the Cazimi is going to shine a light on all of that, especially your unconscious, is going to illuminate it. And so the spread that I chose is a variation on the major arcana reading for the Sun. So we're going to go 3 positions: inner light, outer radiance, and then cloudiness. What's potentially clouding that? What we need to clear in order to let this Cazimi be as effective as it can be. So let's get started on drawing. The first card that I draw is in the inner light position. How are you lit up from the inside? This is important. Strength. Awesome. How are you radiating that light outward? 4 of Pentacles reversed. Clouds. What's maybe clouding all of this? Death. Okay. 2 major arcana cards, both upright. And then the reverse 4 of Pentacles right in the middle. Let's get started. As your inner light, getting strength, I don't think there's anything more beautiful, especially for you, especially right now. This may be a carryover from what you've been learning, or what you learned from the Venus retrograding through your group sector, where you've been dealing with how you balance groups, how you balance your social groups, how you potentially balance your inner and outer self as well. You have been taming that. You have been keeping that in control. You have been keeping that in balance. Very you, very proud. How that's helped, and maybe what you've been doing, is how you're radiating outwardly. And in outer radiance, I got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So my thinking is that you've been very open with how you give yourself to others. You potentially have also just been really open with giving anything to others. You maybe have been in a very giving space. Or if you haven't been this week, you maybe will be, or you're at least called to be. The way you're radiating your strength is by sharing what you have, what you've learned, what you've found with others. Presumably the groups that you've learned so much about during your Venus retrograde period. Now you're going to be able to share that with others. So being very open with how you give what is yours to others, I think, is definitely something you're dealing with right now. And I'm so proud of you. That's beautiful and wonderful. And again, your inner light and your strength really is that even keel. And so keeping everyone and not giving that gift, giving other people support during this retrograde period is beautiful. And I think the sun is shining right on all of that for you. I also think that your strength, your ability to keep everything in order, and your giving is helping you figure out who you are truly. And the way that I think strength and the Four of Pentacles reversed is helping you tap into your unconscious is I think that with the sun shining a giant, warm, luxurious spotlight onto this part of your chart, onto this review process you've been doing, I think it's showing me that you are using everything you're learning about your deepest self, the most unconscious parts of you, the hidden truths, the way you're dealing with how you're learning about that is that you're getting stronger and you're helping more people. So if that's the direction that this Mercury retrograde's heading for you, and that's the illumination the sun is giving this, keep going. You're doing fantastic. If you're not feeling that way, it may be because there are clouds in the way. If you are feeling that way, but you really want to embrace that thought, the clouds also need to be cleared. And those clouds are the Death card. So while you are finding out all these beautiful things, you're being very open with your assets and all of that stuff, you may be doing that without, or maybe to avoid, the idea of transformation. The idea that you are transforming. What you're finding out about your unconscious self, what Mercury is 100% teaching you about the deepest parts of yourself. It's meant to be transformative. We need to do these reviews because once Mercury stations direct, just like Venus just stationed direct, now that once those planets station direct and once they're both direct, we're going to be using all we've learned to be as transformative as we can be. Transformation, or at least being open to it, at least being accepting of it in general, is going to clear the clouds so that this Kazemi really can just shine a spotlight on how amazing and altruistic you've been being, and about how powerful you are now that you have all that you've learned from Venus retrograde. And what you've learned is strength, balance, to be giving, and to help others. So understand that even that process, even if it feels like it maybe is for other people, it's actually transforming you. And you're definitely causing a lot of transformation in a super positive way. So keep going, keep doing exactly what you're doing. Just don't forget that by the end of this process, we will be transformed. So accept it. You will. I'll see you next week.